Asexual reproduction. Now, asexual reproduction is the mode of reproduction when a single organism divides itself and produces two or more identical individuals, and this kind of reproduction is referred to as asexual reproduction. Now, what happens in asexual reproduction is there is neither formation nor diffusion or the union of gametes, which brings us to that there is no fertilization occurring in asexual reproduction. The individuals which are produced in asexual reproduction are genetically identical to the parent and also to each other. These genetically identical individuals are called as clones. Types of asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction has a lot of common forms such as binary fission, budding, fragmentation, and spore formation, which is also known as sporulation. We will understand each of them one by one. First, we have binary fission. In binary fission, what happens is there is this one individual which divides itself into two identical daughter cells. How the process begins? The process begins by first dividing the nucleus into two, and then it is followed by the division of the cell, forming two identical daughter cells. Binary fission is common in bacteria, unicellular algae, and fungi. In this figure, we can see that there is a parent cell. Its nucleus started dividing into two, and it got divided into two, and then it was further divided into two individuals. This is known as binary fission. Budding. In budding, what happens is a daughter individual arises on the parent organism as a small bud-like outgrowth. What happens first is the bud grows in size and receives a daughter nucleus. When it receives a daughter nucleus, it grows and divides until it is fully grown into a bud, and then it detaches itself from the parent cell and forms into a new individual. Now, budding is found in yeast. The newly formed daughter cells which are growing and dividing, they do not separate from the parent cell, but instead they form long chains of cells. Like in the figure, we can see that there was this parent cell, and then there was this bud formed, the daughter nucleus was formed, and then it started dividing itself into these chains of cells, and then when they are fully matured, fully grown bud, they will detach itself from the parent cell. This process is called as budding. Fragmentation. Fragmentation is commonly found in green algae like Spirogyra. What happens in fragmentation is a filament, it breaks into two or more fragments, and then each of the fragment, it grows itself into a new individual. Like in the figure, we can see that there was this one whole filament, and it got broken into two fragments, and then these two will grow itself into a new individual. It is also seen in bryophytes, such as mosses and liverworts. Spore formation. What are spores? Spores are these tiny, thick-walled, resistant, asexual reproductive bodies. We can see that these tiny bodies are called as spores. Spores are often produced under unfavorable conditions. They develop in a structure called a sporangium. This ball-like structure that we can see here is often termed as sporangium. Now, the mature spores are released by the rupture of sporangia, which keep floating in the air and are carried away. Now, when they get suitable conditions which are favorable for their growth, each spore develops into a new plant. It occurs in fungi like bread mold, mosses, and ferns. Thank you.